Så där ja, då är vi tillbaka och nästa bolag som ska presentera är LL Lucky Games och deras vd Mads Verner Jørgensen, and he's going to do his presentation in English. Over to you, Mats.
Thank you so much, and thank you for letting us being here again. It's our third time on Aktieportföljen, and I really enjoyed to be here. So thank you so much for that. I'm going to do a presentation today of LL Lucky Games, or Lady Luck Games as we call it in our daily speech. My name is Mads Jørgensen. I am a co-founder of the company and also the daily CEO. I wanted to give you a bit of a heads up what had happened since our last presentation on Aktieportföljen. It has been a super busy month for us, and we think we have achieved some really great milestones in the autumn and the beginning of 2022 here. First of all, we landed a big agreement with King Features, a branding company that gives us a possibility to develop and distribute branded games that I will talk more about later. Then we have strengthened our management team with taking in a chief legal and compliance officer, Cheryl Jones, that started just before Christmas. It's the first step in really strengthen and focus LL Lucky Games on compliance. We are going to achieve our own MGA license here in the spring, and for that and for going into all the 12 certifications we are doing at the moment, we need to strengthen our compliance, and we have done that with her. Then we have finalized a direct issue to existing shareholders on 16 million SEK at a pretty good premium price, 3 kroner, compared to the daily share price. We have launched a new stunning game, Madame Cluse, where you see the picture of her here to the right. We have started hiring and organized a focus group for testing our games and game ideas before they are actually going into development. We have implemented iGaming tracker to have a more data-driven development in the future. And finally, we have upscaled the organization quite a lot to a total of 34 people. So it has been busy months. I want to just do a short presentation of the management team because they are the one that helps me in the daily work, developing and steering the company. We have Rasmus Guldbjerg Kjær, that also is the co-founder of the company. Rasmus is our artist, our brain in all the game development, with his decades of experience, mainly known for developing and creating the character Hitman that has been a super success for decades and sold millions of copies in real computer gaming. Then we have Vadim Fedorov, a former CTO from Skywind Group, engineer. Without him, we couldn't do it. He is our brain behind all development and platform. And the new member, Cheryl Jones, as I said, Chief Legal and Compliance Officer. Our board of directors, also what you would call gaming veterans, led by Per Eriksson, former CEO from NetEnt, now chairman of the board at LL Lucky Games. We have Claes Kalborg, branding expert, Carl Fergenberg, former bank director from SEB Bank in Denmark. So a really helpful board that have the right connections. Our team, as I said, we have grown now to 34 people. Individuals located around the world. We are a full scale online organization. I mean, not only because of COVID, but simply because the challenges we have with getting the right people lead us to different countries. So we have most of our team placed in Riga, Latvia, where we have the development team connected. We have a few people here in Denmark, a few in Sweden, and also Malta and the UK. So a real online organization with all the challenges that is giving. The company was founded early 2019 out from an idea that we thought something was missing in the business. When we were looking at the casino games in general, we thought we saw the same very bulky design games that had more or less the same graphic, the same design, and not really appealing for the customers. With our decades of gaming experience, we thought that we could do that a bit better. We thought that it's important to show a product that are super well designed, that actually makes people want to play it. And we thought that there was room in the market to create that kind of game. So LL Lucky Game was formed. We fast got a lot of people on board, start the development, make the road into a Nasdaq listing last summer. And it has been busy times and a really good development. Today we have 43 game titles. We have placed them in 2 different categories that actually also is what make LL Lucky Games stick out from other game studios. We have this really unique design graphic in our game, but we also have 2 categories of games that no one else has. We have the normal, what you would call slot games, and then we have our big portfolio of casual casino games. And the casual casino games normally have a much, much longer lifetime than normal slot games that are being provided. I will show you a little more of that later. So our belief, we believe in a casual approach to gaming. We need to develop games that really fast loading, seamless gameplay, mobile first, of course, since 80% of all people find our games on their mobile phones. We need experienced teams, we need magnificent sound effects, stunning graphic and all that in order to be a success here. I talked about our 2 different categories of games, and that also leads to our different income streams. We have our normal income stream via the premium slot games, where we at the moment have 18 games live. But then we also have these casual casino games, and this is not as high volatile game as a slot machine, but more basic, cozy games to play. Those games has been live with a tier 1 operator, Danske Spil, since 2014, still going, still playing. So the lifetime for that category of games are years and years compared to normal slot machines where it's normally months. So this gives a really steady income for the company. Another income stream is our bespoke games. We do a few bespoke games for Danske Spil, the tier 1 operator in Denmark. We have done the 2 biggest success on their brands, Spillehjørnet and Tivoli. Those 2 are Fiskekutteren, The Great Catch, and Villa Vendetta. Those games are normally a part of a major TV campaign in Denmark and are highly exposed towards players. For us, it's a way to learn more, to learn our customers and our players more to know, We know exactly their habit, how they want the games, what is working, what is not working. So a super challenge and an extra really good income for the company. We offer a lot of unique entertaining values that we are all the time developing more and more. Some of them are the promotion tool for our customers. Promotion tool is a way of achieving new customers and keeping the customers on the slot machines. Here we have bonuses, we have jackpots, we have tournaments, we have autoplay, we have buy bonuses, we have our own token that you earn as an extra bonus in our games. We use gamification as a really powerful retention tool as well. Here you see a picture of our newest slot machine that is not really a slot machine, but more a fighting game. Not skill-based, only based on luck, but still a real fighting game. We have driven the company from being an emotion-driven development company to a more data-driven. We have seen that the data is key. So we are measuring everything in our game development now. We are having focus groups that are testing colors, characters, gameplay, whatever, and we are measuring that in our statistic and in our data, so we immediately can change if we develop something that our gamers do not like. We have a business and a market that are booming, mostly driven by new licenses coming up in US. So estimation is that the global market will double during the next year or two, and that is mainly driven by the US licenses. So there are billions of millions and billions of dollars in the industry, and it's a two-digit growth that everyone is expecting in the next years. We have our roadmap measured and ready for step into not only the jurisdictions in Europe, the regulated market in Europe, but also the US market. Here you see our roadmap for Q2, and the ones of you that knows gaming and knows development in gaming will know that it's quite a lot to launch 6 new games in half a year. So there's full power on and full power on with getting new titles into the market. We are mostly working with certified regulated markets, and that means that all our games are going into a process where they are being tested, where they are being certified, that everything in the gameplay, the payouts, the calculation are correct. That is a big security both for our customers but also for players around the world. We are obtaining our own MGA license in first quarter of 22. And with that in place, we are ready not only to the regulated market in Europe, but more or less the whole world. At the moment, LL Lucky games are live in more than 400 casino sites. We have a few very close connections, very close cooperations, Danske Spil, Video Slots, Come On, Betson Group, that all are promoting our games. And this is, of course, expanding month for month. We have obtained an agreement with King Features, that are the big branding company in the US. With King Features, we are going to deliver a lot of branded games to the market. Among them, characters Popeye, Beetle Bailey, Flash Gordon, among more. The first games will be ready in the second half of 2022. That is a cooperation that we really look forward to and look forward to implement worldwide. The structure of LL Lucky Games, we have the listed parent company in Sweden, and underneath we have our different entities in Latvia, on Malta holding the licenses, and our employees in Denmark. And so every company beneath are 100% owned by LL Lucky Games. Our business model is basically extremely simple. It's a revenue share model with different actors in. We have ourselves out in the game production, and we now have taken step to be our own distribution platform as well, with our own CCP platform, our own Maltese license. We are running at the moment a dual RGS, means that we distribute ourselves, but also via the Every Matrix network. We are distributing to operators that are selling our games to end users, and by that we are earning our royalty as a revenue share. LL Lucky Game were listed June last year, and we are happy about our share price development. If you look at the other companies been listed in the same period, 2021 was a hard year for all new listings. I think we came out of it fairly good, and have seen a good development by our share prices. Why should you invest in LL Lucky Games? You should do it if you want to go into a high growth business case. We have a unique proven product portfolio, also compared with other game studios. We are the only one that have this divided product portfolio, where we focus both on normal video slots and these casual casino game with really high lifetime value. We have proved a steady growth in our share price. We have invested a lot in foundation of the company, foundation to scale the growth. We see ourselves as the M&A catalyst on the market. We want to be the fastest movers in the business, and we really want to consolidate small studios now. We think we have the strong management and board team that can make all that happen. That should be your reason why you're going into us. As the last one, I just want to show some graphic from our coming game. It will be our first 3D video slots game, The Treasure of Tizoc. Will be announced and released in April 22. So I look forward to show you that the next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that presentation, Mats. So I have now prepared a couple of questions for you, and the viewers have sent in a couple of questions to me beforehand. First of all, we want to know more about this cooperation with King Features Syndicates. What does that mean for your company moving forward?
I mean, for a small company like ours, it was a big thing that we at all were able to land an agreement with the King Features. King Features are owned by Haast Group, and as you maybe know, one of the biggest brand owners in the world. So that they should pick a small Swedish company for their development and their entering into the gambling market. That was quite a big news for us. We have been working with the agreement for a long time, and finally we succeed. What it means for us is that we can take some of the best-known comic characters in the world and bring them live into the gambling industry. And we expect a lot from that.
So great news for your company.
Absolutely. Exciting news.
Yes. And you recently did a directed share issue. What will you be using this money on now?
Those money were raised mainly because of us powering up in the organization. We need a development line more to be able to take the King Features characters fast enough to the market.
Thank you for clarifying that. And you've recently ended a letter of intent with Revolver Gaming. What can you say about that?
I can say that we entered into the LOI for buying Revolver Gaming because we were presented for a company that we really liked. We saw a lot of synergies and we saw some revenues that we really would like to bring into LL Lucky Game, cross-selling, a lot of possibilities. When we did our due diligence, I mean, even though I said in our presentation that we want to be a catalyst for M&A and fast, we also want to do our job well. So when we entered into the due diligence room and were looking at the numbers, the actual numbers compared to what we have been presented, we could see that they still had a bit to go before they were ready for a sale to us.
Can we expect any other acquisitions in the future?
I mean, we have this two-string strategy that we want to grow our own business, of course, and we have invested a lot in that. But we also want to be the catalyst for small, medium studios in the market. So yes.
So it's possible for future acquisitions.
Absolutely.
And how has the integration process of, let's say, Danske Spigo apps been?
It has been really good, finalized by the end of the year. We have integrated our own games into the platform that we bought together with Spigo. That means that we are ready to launch all games in Danske Spil and Tivoli Casino as soon as they are ready for us, which will be soon. And we are ready to sell the Spigo games, the casual games, to all our customers all over the world. Exactly. So the integration is full done. The people from Spigo are with us and are part of the organization and the daily work now.
Great. And we have a question from a viewer here. She's wondering if you think it will be slower growth from land-based casino to online now that the pandemic has come to an end.
No, I don't think so. I think we will still see a big growth in the online industry. There are so many reasons why. I mean, it's much faster. You have much faster access to new content. Here you just press online, then you launch new games. You cannot do that with the same speed in land-based casinos. It's a bit more tricky. We have the big US market that are opening up more and more with new licenses coming on almost each month. So I see a big growth in the online industry going forward.
Okay. And another question is, what is the main difference from your local competitor Fantasma Games, which is also listed on the Swedish stock market?
Yes, they are, and a really good competitor. So we are happy for that. I mean, it's hard for me to set up what is the difference between the companies. I can say what we are doing and what we think we are doing good. We have the whole value chain on our hands mean we have our own remote game server. We have our own licenses coming in. We own our own destiny, you can say. On the top of that, we have a portfolio of 2 different game categories that no one else has in the business.
Thank you. And a person here wants to know, how many games do you think that you will have in your portfolio by the end of the year, now that Revolver Gaming is out of the picture? And also, how does this affect the revenue target for the year?
Revolver Gaming has no impact on our own game development at all. We expect at least to launch 15-16 games by ourselves this year. And also the revenue will be in line with what we have expected before.
What are you most excited about this upcoming year?
I'm super excited to see the first game from King Features going live.
And according to insider sales, you sold some of your warrants recently. Do you care to comment why?
Yeah, it was basically a personal matter for both me and the other founder. We thought that we would make sure that when those option warrants come out, then there would be new shareholders that will fill into the company. So we broaden up and have a big, broader shareholder portfolio.
Thank you, Mats. And what do you think investors should pay extra attention to when it comes to Lady Luck Games?
They should pay attention to that we have invested heavily in the foundation of the company. We have not shown the big revenues yet, but it's a kind of building a house. You simply need to have the foundation ready before you can scale up. That is built now. We are ready. We will see growth in revenue. We will deliver good numbers, but we have been through a building up period.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Mats, and I wish you good luck in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.